92.3 FM.
It's that time of the week when we zoom in on Bay Area's real estate market to get you all caught up on what you need to know to make your way in successfully. Namaskar, Bay Area. I'm Vijay Lakshmi, welcoming you to Real Estate Roundup, brought to you by Nagraj Anaya, your trusted Bay Area realtor and the founder of nagrajhomes.com, your one-stop shop for what you want to do in real estate. So if you've been toying with the idea of buying or selling your home or making real estate a part of your investment portfolio, then help is here and you can always count on Nagraj to guide you and walk you through all that you have to know about real estate. And so if you have questions and you'd like to run it through with Nagraj, give us a call. Studio lines are open. We are live on Bolly 92.3 FM, and the number to call us 408-912-5038. That number 408-912-5038 to talk about anything that's on your mind real estate wise. And we're also live on YouTube. Yes, folks, we're live on Nagraj Anaya's YouTube channel. You can catch us there as well. Put your questions down in the comment section and we will take it from there. And with that, hello, Nagraj. Happy Sunday. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Happy Sunday to all the listeners out there.
Good to have you. And of course, right time to ask that have the storms that have been beating down the Bay Area really slowed down the market for real estate?
Always the Bay Area market, right, stands out separately from rest of the US.
Yeah.
US, especially the Bay Area housing market, right? Even there's in a rain and even there is in a hot weather, doesn't stop. It keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was one open house in Santa Clara listed for 1 million.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it was open house started in the morning. I saw the 10 to 15 people coming in just in a span of 5 minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that says
if
something.
the house is priced at right, okay, you will be still getting a lot of attractions in the Bay Area right now. I will give out the numbers so that if anybody has anything on the real estate question, do call us out today.
Yes, absolutely. 408-912-5038 is the number. 408-912-5038. Call us right now if real estate is on your list of resolutions to get through in the new year. Well, this is the time to do that. If something's stopping you, talk that through with Nagraj, the subject matter expert on real estate in the Bay Area, and you'll be good to go on that. And actually, you'll be doing a favor for the community as well, because when you voice your question, there'll be so many other people who have the same thing on their mind. And as always, nagrajhomes.com is the first stop and the first step for anything in real estate. So make sure you check that out before you get started on it. And again, 408-912-5038 and also live on YouTube. Yes, folks, Nagraj Anaya's YouTube channel. You can catch us there. Put your questions in the comment section. Give us a shout out there as well. So you can watch us there while listening to us on the radio on Bolly 92.3 FM.
And you can post your questions there too.
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking for your questions all around, and this will be a great time to get started. Like Nagraj mentioned, Bay Area real estate market is one of a kind. It doesn't stop for anybody or anything. So if you've been waiting on the sidelines,
and if you don't agree on that, do give us a call.
Yeah, exactly. So anything that's keeping you from dipping your toes in the real estate market, we'd like to know. And Nagraj is always ready to advise you, give you his insights, his advice. In fact, on that note, Nagraj, I should tell them that other than the show, if they want to get in touch, you're always happy to consult with them.
It's a free consultation. They can give me a call anytime.
Anytime. And that number, of course, is 408-805-4653. 408-805-4653. But right now, while we are on air, give us a call at 408-912-5038. Yes, Nagraj, go ahead.
See, I think maybe this is the better thing to start, right? Like, see, human shelter is a human necessity, but we have turned it into a like basically speculative commodity. Like, or should not, like we are trying to make it as a privilege, a massive privilege.
Roti kapda makan is everybody's right.
See, home ownership has become an enormous milestone, which is everybody can't achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we should do, always buying a house, you should be thinking why is the reason you're buying the house. Okay, reason we are buying is because of the shelter. Okay, that is the basic necessity. Don't make the house similar to a stock market. Buy the house, check your house prices every day. What is my house price? What is the house price? If
Mm-hmm.
you're not selling your house today,
Yeah.
what is it necessary to check your house price?
Mm. Correct.
Don't put a pressure on yourself. Okay, so house buying, you should make it as an a justice for the shelter, and that's a basic first step you should be doing it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, market fluctuates for so many reasons. Okay, last year due to COVID and lower interest rate, so many from the federal supports, house prices went crazily,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, due to higher inflations and other stuff, prices gone little bit down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's expected.
Mm-hmm. So fluctuations are the norm rather
Fluctuations
than the
matters,
exception. Mm-hmm.
but for you, that moment you want to buy, so you need to focus on that. How much ever is your affordability is there, based on that shortlist the homes for yourself.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Instead of like, for example, your affordability is 1.5 and you are doing 20% down, based on your qualifications, you can get into this many areas.
Mm-hmm.
Go based on check on that perspective. Okay, but after you buy the house, it prices might fluctuate, go down,
Yeah.
go high. Until you sell, it doesn't matter for yourself.
So on that note, what is buyer's remorse?
I think that's a great question. That's a lot of listeners goes through that. A lot of buyers goes through that once you buy the house. So
Yeah.
what happens is, right, like once you buy the house, it goes to in your mind, did you make a right decision? Okay, was it, did I pay it too high? Or like the house, for example, when you buy a house, there might be a small leak in the house. It might be
Mm-hmm.
for the various reasons. It doesn't mean like your house is going down. Okay, so
Yeah.
you think, for this leaking house, did I pay too much? Okay, and you start thinking about that every day.
Yeah.
Okay, always you should think that time is the answer. You bought the reason for some reason, and like for example, your short list needs. Okay, and you are not the only home buyer who bidded for that house.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Mm-hmm.
other than other home buyers on there. Okay, based on that you bought it. Okay, and based on your criteria you bought it. All
Yes.
the small things can be addressed in the house. Okay, so that's why you should not think about that one itself too much.
Yeah.
Okay, is nothing too much or too low.
Right.
Last year, due to people with higher interest rate, the prices went down.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the change in the market trend is like in the January onwards, the prices have started going towards more than the list price. But for
Yeah.
example, you had bought a house last year, you paid crazily 200K, 300K more than the list price, but your
Mm-hmm.
payments are still lower than this year if you buy the house. It doesn't mean like
Yeah.
150K if it's going less, your payments are not higher,
Yeah.
right? So you
Right.
should think about that perspective. Once you buy the house, it is done.
Mm-hmm. Just go look forward. No,
Yeah,
don't
look
regret,
forward. Don't
remorse,
regret
and
about whatever has happened in the past.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
So
stride ahead, forward. And again, are you experiencing any of that, any of the remorse or the regret, and you want to talk about it? Or you're looking forward to honing in on your dream home, or you're possibly looking to downsize and wondering if this is a good time to sell the house? Whatever is on your mind, give us a call. 408-912-5038 is the number in the studios on Bolly 92.3 FM. 408-912-5038. And again, live on YouTube as well, and that's Nagraj Anayya's YouTube channel. You can catch us there, watch us there, and give us a shout out, say hello, and you've been a long time
yeah, I
listener of the
think
show.
you said about the buyer's remorse. What will happen once you go through the buyer's remorse? How do we solve that?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Always talk to the expert.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
What are the reasons for the remorse? How it
Mm-hmm.
can be addressed? Right. For example, you might be paying a higher interest rate. Let's assume your monthly. See, once you buy the house,
Yeah.
don't think your payment should be similar to the rental house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
people have that. They immediately compare to
You
the.
can't compare rental payments to the
Mm,
buy whatever you buy the house. You would be
mhm,
paying a higher than the whatever the rental.
mhm.
But you look at it, what you are going to hold on to the future, correct? So if you look at the houses in 1985 or 1990s, the houses around the South Bay were like what, 200K?
Yes.
Do we get
Mhm.
anything in that's 200K in the South Bay? If you're thinking about in the long term
Yeah.
perspective, always. And for example, in this anything immediate attention, whenever any issues comes up in the house, you should look at it. Is it an immediate attention is required? What is immediate attention is required?
Mhm.
Correct. For
Mhm.
example, in this rain seasons, if there might be a leak in the houses,
Yeah.
how do you fix for the immediately? You can't put any waterproofing at this when some water is when it's too much raining.
Mhm.
Look at the short term right now. Once the
Mhm.
rain stops, look for long term solutions. For example, your balcony is leaking for some reasons, right? So for now, just stop the way, for example, water entering into your property. Later, once the rain stops, look for the
Look at
longer
it.
term solutions.
Mhm.
Always
Mhm.
you need to look at the short term solution, the long term, which pays for you. That's what you
Yeah.
need to look for.
Yeah. Mhm. And
Okay.
house is one where you do the long term. You look at it. You're in it for
Yeah.
the long run, long haul.
I think
Mhm.
now from the buyer's remorse, let's go to the next topic. Like, if you want to buy a house, which
Yeah.
house needs to be a remodel? Okay,
Yes.
lot of listeners or a lot of my clients are interested in this loan program.
Mhm.
Yes, we do have a loan program where is like, for example, you want to buy a house with a remodeling. Okay, so there's a loan options for that. For example, if the property sells for a 1 million, okay, during the appraisal, they compare to the nearby house sales and they
Mhm.
evaluate based on that. The remodeling price also is paid for that.
Okay.
Somebody wants to buy a fixer upper, okay, and it is their primary residence. There are loan options available,
To
okay.
help with that, if you're going to buy a fixer
Yeah,
upper.
if they want
Mhm.
to buy a fixer upper and they're interested in it and it's a primary residence, do reach out to me and I can give them the more information how this loan program works. Like basically
Mhm.
it's called a renovation loan. As
Okay.
long as the foundation is in place and they want to build on it, they can
Mhm.
use this loan. Okay,
I
basically
see.
they assess the future market value after renovation to determine the value.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
that is a very good loan options if you want to buy a house with the renovation loans and they purchase the home and it includes even the rehabilitation costs in the same transaction. For example, your purchase price is 1 million and
Mm.
your remodeling cost is 100K, right? So even that is included.
Oh,
Finance
okay.
finance up to a 97% of the after the improved appraised value. That's a great
Mhm.
value if somebody wants to buy a house with the renovations.
That is excellent. That is an opportunity right there to do that. So if you are looking to, buy a house that is a fixer upper, now you have the resources and the funds available in a
Not only
construct.
fixer upper, if they want to buy a house with, like, for example, kitchen bathroom upgrade,
Yeah.
okay,
Mm.
and they want to do it before they move in,
Mhm.
and they don't have enough funds, they can use this kind of a loan program options, renovations
Okay.
loans.
Yes.
Okay. And
Mhm.
one more is like 100% financing is also available up to for a conventional loan options. If they did, for example, the cities are giving a down payment assistance.
Oh, okay.
Okay, up to 3.5% to a 5%. The assistance is comes from the cities. Okay,
Mhm.
the 95% is like basically the loan comes in, so it's an 100% loan program options. But
Excellent.
everybody might not be qualifying for that. Only like, I mean to say, it's a citizens or like a green card, H1B visas might have any restrictions. We need to check with the lenders. If
Mhm.
somebody is looking for 100% loan program options also, right, are there are available.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
have seen like a lot of buyers are interested to buy within a land only, right?
Yes.
And they
Yeah.
want to build a house on it.
Mhm.
Even
So
that.
hold that thought. Let me give a number out so people who are, interested in all of this can reach out right now to us. 408 912 5038. 408 5038, or we are on YouTube live, Nagraj Anaya channel, and you can catch us there. So give us a call if you want to explore the options and opportunities that Nagraj is talking about in terms of the loan to buy the home. Now is the time to do that. And of course, you can also reach him offline. I'll give you that number later. But right now it's 408-912-5038. Yes, Nagraj. So if you want to have land, you have land
Yes.
and you want to build a home there.
It's
How
a
does that work?
construction loan, right? So even that construction loan options are available.
Mm-hmm.
But before when buying a land, but make sure is it land is a buildable area. Sometimes if you buy a house with a slope for
Yeah.
200K, 300K, the building cost might go up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, constructions are not an immediate solution. For example, you're thinking about in 2 years or 3 years of a time, right? Constructions might be your other options for you. Okay, but there are loan options available for the constructions loan. And the other loan program which I was mentioning, the rates for that 97% or 100% loan options, right? Rate might be not great, but if you're not don't have a down payment options, right, then it is very good for you, that option also.
Uh-huh.
But the
Okay.
remodeling loan, it's very good. The rates are also still affordable. It's like compared to regular loans.
Okay. So that is a good thing to note.
That's a very good options for
Yeah.
the buyers out there.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in a primary residence,
Yeah.
do call me out if you have any questions on any of these three loans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
each scenario. I think we have one caller on hold.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what they'd like to share with us. Hello and welcome to Real Estate Roundup with Nagraj Anaya. Your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Raj.
Yes, Raj.
Hi
Go ahead
Raj.
with your question.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of land possible in nearby Bay Area like San Jose, and what will be the approximate price range?
See, very good question, Raj. It again depends on, is it a flat land or is it a slope land? Okay. If it is a slope and if you want to buy something around a Berryassa, the price range might start from 350 to 400K. It depends on, you want to buy in the South Bay or you want to buy on the East Bay. Okay, but only thing what you need to be looking at is there any restrictions before buying the land. So when you're buying a land, just go check with the city first to make sure it does have a right things to build around the house. Okay, because there might be some restrictions which doesn't allow you to build also. If the price might be low, you need to think twice what would be your construction options, also construction cost also.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay,
And
just don't buy based on the pricing, but make sure what would be your construction cost for that house also.
that's right. That's right. Thanks. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much, Raj,
Yes,
for
and
calling.
if you want to reach out to Nagraj and Raj. So if you want to reach out to him offline, you can do that. The number 408-805-4653, 408-805-4653 to explore more on what you were asking about in terms of the land. But to call in right here, right now, while we have Nagraj on the show, you can call us at 408-912-5038,
Yeah,
and also on YouTube.
yeah, that
Mhm.
construction loan are good options. For example, you don't have a immediate need to move into the house.
Yeah.
Okay, and for example, you want to buy a land right now, but you want to build your dream home later. All right, that might be very good options for you. For example, one of my client bought a house in like basically in Morgan Hill. It's in a
Mm-hmm.
20 acres of land. So they for them to get all the approvals and build it, it might take them a 3 years or a 4 years. It
Mm-hmm.
again depends on where is the house, right, to be built.
Yeah.
For example, you want to build a near to the river creek, right? So then the restrictions are more. You need to go to the all the way up to the federal, get an approvals. There are a lot of, and you need to work with the city very closely. So
Yeah.
that is why you need, before buying a house or before buying a
The
land,
land. Mm-hmm.
just talk to the city experts. They might be able to give you what kind of things needs to be a clearance to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that would be a better. And the second thing is get an experienced architects. Okay, they might be able to give you some, because architects who have built houses nearby that area, right, who knows the local guidelines or the local laws, that might be very, very helpful when they're working with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So because if they're already gone through that kind of
Yes.
stuff, it's easy for them.
That is great advice actually, to ask people who've, I
Yeah,
mean, architects who worked on that.
architects might be the right information because they can know what are the laws associated building in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first is talk the city, and city might be have approved architects for this kind of zonings or this kind of an lands also. They might give you an information also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to
Mm-hmm.
them,
Yes.
but always buying a land, think it as a not a short term solution. It might be a long, it takes a lot
Yeah.
of time,
It's not an instant fix. There's a lot of
instant
things.
fix. But if you
Mm.
want to build your dream house, whatever you are thinking about it, so
Yeah.
then that might be the other options for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
but before buying that, I would suggest always them to have first house and go through that experience. Don't jump into your land
Land and building the house.
building. Not first
Uh-huh.
buy your first house,
Yeah.
go through the experience in it, owning of a house.
Mm.
That gives a lot of insight. How buying or selling is not just googling.
Yeah.
You should have the experience in it. So
Yes.
you should have a right person hand holding you when you're buying or selling a house.
Mm-hmm.
It is not about cost cutting in your $5,000 or $6,000. It
Yes.
is about what you can gain in the future.
Mm-hmm. Very well put. Yeah.
That's what I tell to my all my people clients who work with me. It is not about 3,000, 5,000 what you get back right today.
Mm-hmm.
It's about selecting a right property for you, the realtor who can give you an options for you, what you can do at that time, right? Like a lot
Yeah.
of because a lot of buyers might not qualify and they don't know what are the loan options available for them.
Mm-hmm. Very
Right,
true.
because for example in right now, if you want, if you don't know that 10% down or a 15% down or like a 5% down loan options, right? So you will be, to buy a house, you need to sell your 20% of your stock worth, or like where you will be paying a high based on the how the stock market is doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of that, you can buy a house with a 10% and you can guide you on the right neighborhood and the right house for you. You can look at your inspection, guide you through all the steps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right,
Correct.
you can't, for example, you buy a house next to a for example busy street or railway track for higher price, then what you do?
Hmm. Yeah. You
So
can't walk back from that. So
then
those
again you
are
go then again you go back to the remorse what we discussed in the beginning.
the starting point.
The starting point, it's all circles back later anyhow.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's why I told you in the initial start of the show itself, what is the reason you are buying a house? That needs to be answered the first, because the first reason you are buying is your rental prices are too high,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't need to be the same always.
Yeah.
Always it is keeps going up. The second one is you're building your equity for the future.
Mm-hmm.
You need to you need to diversify your portfolio, not only the stock options or the other stuffs. You need to diversify.
Yeah.
But before that, you should think that housing is a shelter, which is
Mm-hmm.
very much needed for yourself.
Wow. Great insights all around. And, folks, if you joined us on this real estate roundup, that's Nagraj Anaya. He's the founder of nagrajhomes.com, and he's had a pulse on the Bay Area market. He's been a techie himself, so he knows all of the pains, and he's learned all the routes into real estate. He can help you, be your friend, philosopher, and guide. Like he said, I mean, basically, the having a great realtor in your court as your advocate is worth its weight in gold. So, when you're spending, it's going to be the biggest spend in your lifetime, maybe
Yeah,
buying a house. Why would
because
you shortchange that?
buying a house is nothing less than $1 million. You get it around here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially in the Bay Area, anything less than $1 million, if you're getting, you should be thinking twice.
Yeah. Yes, it's too good to be true.
Too good to
Then,
be true. If
yeah.
somebody list the house for $1 million, it's really something is
Yes.
needed for that house. I
Right.
was, as I told you, the initial, the 1 million house in Santa Clara, a lot of buyers doesn't know you can't get a house for 1 million there, but a lot of people comes because it's a need for them. Everybody has the need. We need to, as for the shelter, we need to buy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But we need to look out what is the house price worth also in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's why you need to look for the other alternatives, where to buy. For example, you can't buy this house, and for this price range, maybe you can buy a house, so townhouses, right? But what
Yes.
is your paying for that month, or
Mm-hmm.
like for the what are your monthly payments would be, right?
Yeah.
But you are like basically shortly up, you will be, instead of driving from the far, you'll be, your commute to offices might be too close for you,
Close. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
You have to
That,
factor in all of that,
so
right?
everybody's needs are different. If you're working from home, then might be staying away from the South Bay might be too good. For
Mm-hmm.
example, you need to go to office and the office is opening up, then better to stay close to the office.
Correct.
That's what I see in this January month also. The trend is changing right now from being to a bias, it is going to be a neutral now. And I think in the June, it is going to be still picking up,
Mm-hmm.
peaking up. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay. Picking and peaking.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
picking and peaking. Because of the market is always changed. Nowadays, this housing market is more related to how the stock market starts doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think, I
So
think we have
so
just a,
many things to
yeah, so
consider.
many things to do. And
Yeah.
so and buying a house is not an easy stuff. You need an expert who can guide you,
Yes.
give you a right
It's no child's
information,
play. Mm-hmm.
yeah, right resources for you. There are a lot of realtors out there, but whom with you work does matter.
Yes, it absolutely matters, and it can make and mar your experience, and you're getting the right home, going forward. And like we always say, make it a point to check out nagarajhomes.com and get in touch with Nagaraj Anaya to help you, guide you through everything. 408-805-4653 is his number. And thank you so much,
Thank you so
Nagaraj.
much. Have a
Appreciate
wonderful
your
day.
giving us such valuable insights, and look forward to talking to you more next Sunday, 12:30 on Bali 92.3 FM. And until then, this is Vijay Lakshmi. Thank you so much for joining us. Until